Okay, so this is for the beginner recording. Seemingly I forgot to tell you to subscribe to the beginner recording. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That'd be great. They'll make videos like this, get bigger, get better. I'll be able to pull off more crazy things. And yeah, your support's very much appreciated. And let's head on to the video. So I decided to do the despicable. I thought of this one crazy idea where that one album I made, that very big one. It's just like placed in my channel, right? It's just linked itself on its own, in its own place, like next to albums of mine. Say playlist, right? So I had this idea where I wanted to go uh, individually go into one of every songs that I put in there, right? And look into the artist, group, band, or whatever made the song, right? Song or performance, whatever you want to call it. Just look into them and actually do the ridiculously hard and time consuming job of going through every one of their songs. And do this for every song that obviously is from a different person, right? A different person, probably a different era, different genre, it's whatever, right? Same old me, right? So I wanted to do exactly that. I decided to take up the job. Thank goodness I started to actually look into and review music properly more over time, but not back then. And so I wanted to fix that by individually going into every single song that plays. It has like around 30,000 songs estimated as of October 15, 2024, right? And do it for every one of those songs. Of course, when it's the same artist in a row, then I don't have to look into the different song each individually because it could be the same individual entity making the song. I started to do them by row now, so that keeps me up trouble. And I have this one spiral right here. I use this, and it says albums gone through with, right? Out of its total, and it goes to 10. We have the artist group or whatever you want to call them. Sometimes they're just two people, one person, a group of people, a performance, an orchestra, uh, an album name, songs that survived. Basically, how many songs was originally in that paired group. If it's not an album, then it's just probably a single, and I'll have to look into that separately. And a rating, which is 0 to 10. Uh, and again, songs that survive vary is dependent on how many. Like for example, some artists want to make 14 songs, but what if the 14 songs has like two preludes, two little snippets in between? Does that count as a song? Yes, counts as a song. As long as the album goes through whatever goes, I'm looking for the songs only. Songs, performances, whatever you want to call them. The rating is 0 to 10. It is really strict. Whenever something is 7 to 10 out of 10, like an album, actually hitting that number, EP or LP, whatever you want to call it, whenever it reaches that sort of thing, then I keep it and I place it. I purposely put it on my place. I keep that for later and I keep it for keeps. Right. Personal use, I love it. I'd probably later on once I get through all this disaster of whatever I'm trying to pull off here, I'm going to keep whatever 7, 10 out of albums and then make a special video where I basically, um, where I basically, once I have them at 7 and 10s, I could try to put them and make some top 100, top 200, top 300, top 400, whatever, how many it is, right? And right when I do that, I'm going to filter every one of those and filter it to all the way up to the point where you can see best albums of the world, right? I want to do that. Just like I have best songs of the world, round 6 playlist that you can publicly check publicly on my channel. Check it down. I might link it. I might not link it. Whatever, it depends. I got no Wi-Fi at the moment, and my internet provider is down. All of Florida, Hurricane Milton, still hit pretty bad, and I can't really do much, right? I can't do anything about it. Unfortunately, they have to repair whatever, and then I could be able to do this. So I won't be able to use my PC as a normal recorder. I'll be using my phone, and I have it on HD mode. Unfortunately, I can't do 4K because it is too much space, and though my phone can take 120 gigs, I'm not the person who wastes data and space. So yeah, I'll go through every one of these. I have all of the names of the artists or whatever orchestra, group, duo, or singular unit, or dead person if they passed away, unfortunately. I can't put in what year because the songs doesn't matter when they were released. It really is on an idea like comparing something like Desmion compared to something like Pendulum in 2005. We can't really stretch it that far. Year doesn't matter, so we're focusing on what goes through. Filtering it because I'm an all genres type of person. I basically know a bunch of them. I know any, even obscure ones, doesn't matter. Then if it's like musically, like whatever I'm gonna put on screen, whatever I think makes a song great or whatever, it's really relative. And it's probably relative to my understanding because humans can only do so much with sounds before we run out of them, but that won't happen in billions of years. Um, and yeah, so that's what I want to tell you. I just want to make this video so that I can tell it to people so that if you randomly start seeing my playlist start massively growing in size, that's probably because I'm going through a lot of albums, rating every singular song and marking it down here. I have this one page already done where I went through at least 28 albums and 293 songs. Yes, and these are different individual artists. I went through every one of their things. Like every one of them. I went through their albums, I went through their EPs, LPs, I went through all of that. If I missed singles, I'll get to the singles later on when a single accidentally, randomly, auto generates onto my feed. Now check it. I already know if I fell upon it, but there's only so much you can do with a human's hands and attention span. Like me, even though mine is long, very sturdy, and very trained, very mature, I can only do so much when there's hundreds of artists overwhelming me and I have to take in all this information. But this is just an educational approach. Probably one of the most massive experiments, most massive like sample amount of like stuff. I'm about to like literally digest so much info that I literally basically am like the test subject. I'm the person like getting all this music coming in and then translating it. And whatever is good to me, I'll keep. Um, Again, relative to what I think makes a song great. Of any genres, but again, I'm very open and very diverse. I have many things. I don't care about gender, age, era, genre, or something. There's like I know I'm gonna get into their history. I look into their history. Songs usually give that very sense and vibe whenever they're historically significant or very amazing. And of course, when I get used to other songs, you start to use those and look at others and see where something went wrong or right. And again, that's also relative to what I think. Um, really biased, yeah, but I'm not elitist. I'm not a person who just only knows three genres and forcibly puts these genres in people's heads and forcing them to teach them that. That's kind of sad, honestly. But yeah, there's that. Hope you like what you. I hope. I mean, I really want you guys to tell me what you think. If you've ever done this before, I don't think anybody's done this before. Not in a long time. I see people do it for the Billboard. You know, like most popular songs for every year since like 19s. I've seen people do that before since music industry's birth. They tried writing songs for like only songs that were on charts. Um, Individual indie artists or something like that can't really be charted because there's so many of them you can't keep up. There's only so much you can do. But I know there are a lot of significant ones, and some of them might be popping up. I might start discovering new artists over time too, just simply looking at the albums because sometimes there's collaborations and remixes or whatever. Yeah, I guess there's that. And again, you say if is it limited to English? No, it's not limited to English. I am used to songs that change literally their tempo, genre, their language. Some of them go multiple languages and genres. They go different speeds. Their way of pulling off maneuvers and tricks are very different. Like the way that they think is happiness is different. Everything is different. They don't expect it. Art is really different for many others. So, like for example, Pendulum has this thing, and I'm using Pendulum, but there's also Pink Floyd. There's also Kurokute or Dark Empress or Emperor, the Japanese one. We had FS17, Alan Walker, Zed, Kime, Temanite. We have Gore Shit. We have Slink. We have Woodkid, Boy Scout, Daft Punk, Geolite, Mori, Calliope, Panda Eyes. We have the Silencio. We have Midnight Grand Orchestra. We have a Nice Life. We have Fred again, Space, Desmion, Protostar, Pegboard Nerds. We have Giga. We have Boom Kitty. I'm saying a lot of EDM, but I can also say a bunch of normal ones. Like that'd be like another story. I'm not gonna get into that yet. I know I haven't gotten to popular artists yet. I'm blah blah blah. I don't care about those. A lot of them really suck. A lot of the top industry standard music type stuff really isn't on par anymore. It just looks like if you put some of their songs next to some of the stuff I found online and like very different parts of the internet, yeah, their stuff wouldn't look really like super impressive. It just looks like high production quality, but really is soulless. And really sad that I also know the truth behind the music industry. I know there's a lot of blah 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 story. We have gangs and stuff, blah blah blah. Music industry is corruption, how it pushes and fakes numbers and gets past the algorithm and forces people to play songs that so that they can get on charts. Like the weekend being completely pushed up on there, and Taylor Swift, a lot of the stuff that they make is really not significant. But again, their numbers are being completely multiplied because of unfair chances, and the industry just really wants to make money. And if they die, they'd make more money. The music industry, which is really corrupt, anyways. I almost sold my life away to the music industry, but we're not. I obviously didn't go that pathway, and I'm very happy about that. Um, if we talk about art, I'll get into art soon, but sometimes I go for the album art, sometimes, but we're looking into music here, and art I'll look into later on when I start to get, albums and stuff like coming in and that. Once I get them all collected and have them all like bookmarked before YouTube does and starts wiping songs out. So I try to make sure I find an audio that's lasted for like long time. Of course, really relative to, because sometimes people release songs at the hour or very recently, so sometimes those are really unreliable, and you don't know when the artist wants to delete or retract something. Artist group, or whatever. I can do that forever. Anyways, we have that. I guess that should be it. I keep adding more because it's just too many variables. There's so many that I have to look into just to be able to pull this off. And yeah, subscribe. Just please subscribe. If I didn't tell you to subscribe, I tell you really on. I'll probably make a separate clip where I'm telling you to subscribe. Okay. Anyways, I think I now made that clip. So yeah, please like the video. That'd be great. Put my videos anywhere else on YouTube. That'll be really helpful, and also help me get into the safer place in this planet before it goes haywire in 2025. Anyways, fifth anniversary for my music career. I guess it's fifth anniversary this March 2025, and I guess 12 years are 10 years writing. It's a beautiful thing. I'm learning a lot with my keyboards and stuff, and my digital tablet and softwares and books and journals and all that. I could do this all day. All right, before I start trying to continue this video for way too long and start wasting my space, that is all. Thanks for listening to my rant, though it's actually educational.